Do I want to be right or do I want to win? The subtle difference between ego and results in investing. In investing and decision-making, people often confuse being right with achieving success. While they can overlap, they are psychologically and strategically distinct. This raises a critical question. Am I aiming to prove I am right, or to actually win? Behavioral research in behavioral finance shows that this distinction deeply affects financial outcomes. 1. The desire to be right. Humans have a natural tendency to defend their beliefs and protect their ego. This is tied to confirmation bias, ego involvement. When investors prioritize being right, they may hold losing positions to avoid admitting a mistake. They may ignore contradictory evidence. Decisions become emotional rather than rational. While being right feels satisfying psychologically, it does not necessarily lead to financial success. 2. The focus on winning. Winning focuses on outcomes rather than ego. In investing, this means accepting mistakes quickly, adjusting strategy based on evidence, letting go of pride in favor of results. Psychologists call this approach outcome-oriented thinking. Investors who adopt this mindset often cut losses early, rotate capital to better opportunities, maintain long-term discipline. 3. Ego versus rationality. The conflict between being right and winning often arises from the brain's need to protect self-image. Cognitive dissonance intensifies the desire to justify a choice. Investors may prefer defending a losing trade rather than admitting they misjudged the market. This can lead to larger losses over time, even when a different decision would have produced a better outcome. 4. The long-term perspective. Successful investors often prioritize winning over being right. They focus on net results rather than individual victories. They embrace learning from errors instead of defending them. They adapt strategy based on changing conditions rather than pride. For example, Warren Buffett frequently emphasizes cutting losses and adjusting positions, even if it means admitting a prior judgment was wrong. 5. Questions to ask yourself. Before making a decision, reflect. Am I holding this position to prove myself right or to achieve results? Would I act differently if my ego were not involved? Which approach will benefit me most in the long term, being right or winning? Final insight. In investing, the drive to be right can cost more than the desire to win. By prioritizing outcomes over ego, investors reduce emotional interference and improve long-term performance. The key distinction is simple. Do I want to be right, or do I want to win?